If you want to improvise, the main scales to use on the G7 will be the G mixolydian scale. So it's a G scale which has an F in it and not an F sharp. So this scale the F here and you can go on. Of course, there are plenty of ways to play the G mixolydian scale. How you finger it, how you move up and down the fretboard. There are lots of ways, and I'm not going to show all of them. There are plenty of books and resources that you can find for free, where you can find all these different fingerings. It doesn't matter which one you use, as long as you know a few, and you're able to move up and down like this. Of course, because this has a little of a blues feeling, you could also play a pentatonic scale. And that's fine, but the possibilities are a bit limited, so it's nice to also be able to play something else besides the pentatonic scale, and then the G mixolydian scale is the one to use. And of course you can mix both, as I'm doing quite a lot, so sometimes you see me really playing the scale, or at least something based on this scale. And you also see me playing pentatonic licks. And then if you play some bluesy notes in between, like, you can get things like this. You may have noticed that I'm playing a lot of slidings, like. I'm not using a lot of string bending, and well, one reason is on this guitar the strings are pretty heavy, so it's not easy to play string bends, because it really takes a lot of effort. Takes a lot of effort just to get a little effect. So it's just for this kind of guitar, it's not really suitable. But you can use slides. Now, of course, when the chord moves up to B flat, exactly the same applies, but now not G mixolydian, but B flat mixolydian. And then it goes back to G. So the first part you're using mostly G mixolydian and B flat mixolydian. If you want to move smoothly from one to the other, it's good to know different positions to play them in, so that you can move from G mixolydian straight into the B flat mixolydian. And back in G. So you may practice that separately, moving from G mixolydian into B flat mixolydian. It's just connecting the two scales. You can do it in countless ways. It's just a matter of practicing, finding out a few ways to do it, and then practice that. So the next set of chords is B flat minor 7th, E flat 9. And there you can play B flat minor scale, of course, and in fact the Dorian scale is applicable here. So B flat, C, D flat, E flat, F, G, A flat, B flat. And that goes for both chords. B flat minor 7th and E flat 9. So the next two chords are A minor 7th and D7. And in particular, I played the A minor 7th with an 11th note added, so A minor 11. And the D7 where the raised 9th was added, so D7 plus 9. D7 plus the raised 9th. And on the A minor 7th you could play again the A Dorian scale. But on the D7 that doesn't fit very well anymore, so you could play a lot of things. Well, this is a dominant 7th chord, and on this kind of chord you can play a lot of different things. In fact, you could still play the A minor Dorian or the A Dorian scale. But if you want to stay closer to the character of this chord where you have this F, you can either play a G pentatonic you can play an altered scale, you could play a diminished scale, there's many different things you can play on this D7 plus 9. And you can play all kinds of blues licks that are based on G pentatonic. So, summarizing the main scales again, on G7th it's G mixolydian. And you can use some G pentatonic in between now and then. Same for B flat mixolydian. And in between sometimes maybe a pentatonic. Back to G, and then to B flat minor, B flat Dorian scale. Then A Dorian. And on D7 plus 9, anything like D altered, diminished, or just G pentatonic again, because you're basically moving back already to G, so you can play the G pentatonic. Now, in this kind of tune, it's also nice to here and there use some double stops. So you play two notes at the same time, and a way of doing that is playing some blues licks using pentatonic-like scales, using pentatonics and the notes in between, so things like this. Now, if you play that with an E, if you play that together with an E, or you play it with a G, I'm just playing this. Only I keep the G in the top. Or I keep an E in the top. And actually it also works with the F. You have to figure out which ways you find easiest to play those notes. Just remember that you want to play a lick like this. So you want to combine these notes with an E like this. And you could do it like this. Or with an F. Or with a G. And if you find the same thing in different octaves, you already have a lot of possibilities to play this kind of bluesy double stop.